Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Enrique Tarrio, the notorious leader of the Proud Boys, which is a study group. It's a study group for art students, right? Very peaceful.
Very peaceful.
Very peaceful, law-abiding study group for art students. Enrique, you are here in Texas. You are living large with the America First movement. What do you see, in terms of the inspiration that all of us are feeling right now in terms of, can we actually get the momentum? Can we actually sort of take this country back, win some elections?
I think so. I like looking at. I like starting off with the black pill and then swallowing the white pill. And I think the black pill was they hijacked an election.
Yeah.
Right. And then the white pill of it was a blessing in disguise, because what it did is, it sucks to pay $7, $8, $9 for gas.
Yeah.
The jobs report was
right. We're all experiencing.
The jobs report was horrible.
Right.
We got illegals pouring in. You're getting all these. We saw the tweet from Biden today.
Yeah.
And it was, dude, I've never seen somebody say, either you get vaxxed,
yeah, or
you're wearing a mask.
Right.
And I think that's a wake up call. I think something that woke people up more than Trump was COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that were their family and them, they lost business.
Yeah.
And they saw that and that woke it up. So that brings that white pill. I think right now, and we're focusing on it right now. We were going to focus it even before all the events that happened that changed, kind of gripped us.
Mm-hmm.
That they're using it as ammo. But right now, I think it's time to focus on these small races, these local races that are key. Taking back the GOP, those GOP seats, they're so easy to win. People don't even know that. You could win. You guys can go out on a weekend and go door knocking, and you could win one of those GOP seats, those local GOP seats, those REC seats. But I do see a lot more enthusiasm, a lot more support, and I think that's going to follow through. You're going to see. I don't want to use the whole blue or red wave. I think you're just going to see this awakening of people that are just tired of the establishment, whether it's Republican or Democrat. They're just tired of it. And this shit's going to just continue. This is going to continue to grow.
They overreached so much that it affected people's lives. So before it was Washington doesn't affect my life. Now it's Washington shut down my business. Washington put a mask on my kids, right? And then when you bring that into people's lives, that sparks something.
Yeah, of course. And another thing is the Biden presidency, when you're somebody that's politically neutral, probably didn't go vote, and you're man, these Trump people are always complaining about Biden and socialism and how bad it is. And imagine them in January, and they're oh, it's not this bad. Now, we're halfway through the year, okay? And they're sitting in a line at a gas pump, and they're about to pump for $7 now. And they weren't political before, but they sure are now. And I think that's something that we got to look at. Those are true numbers, because most people go check a box, but when it personally affects them, the box that they check is going to be really important. And I think that you'll see that going into the midterms, any special elections that we'll have from now until 2024. And you're definitely going to see it in 2024. I just don't see this president have the enthusiasm, the strength, the charisma. You could say Obama screwed everything up, but he had charisma. Yeah. So he had the people behind him. Because of that charisma, this guy just doesn't have it. He doesn't have that power. He doesn't have that energy. And we'll see it.
What's the future of the Proud Boys? Because, your group is so loyal. Everybody, it's a brotherhood of men that, come together like a family, really. What's the future? I know you want to keep it close-knit, but also want to expand. So, what are you looking at in terms of what the Proud Boys are going to be?
So, we were planning on doing this even before. We had two plans. We had, and there was a Biden presidency and a Trump presidency. We had those contingency plans. And it's kind of what we're doing now. Obviously, I'm very focused. I'm hyper focused on the guys that, unfortunately, and I think they made a mistake, and they know that. I've said this a million times. They made a mistake by going in, but these prosecutors are overcharging them.
And the police let them.
The police let them in. It's not even trespassing. Technically, it's not even trespassing, but I'm focused on that. But the guys are focused. There's one aspect of the Proud Boys that's never going to change and never has changed. And it's the pro-family, they go out once a month with the boys, drink a beer, just talk about life, just relax. And that fellowship is really important. Now, the activist side, which is usually what the cameras see, that was always going to change. Even if it was a Trump presidency, you weren't going to see us that much at rallies, and we're going to start focusing on the political front. A little bit more open with the Trump presidency, but now with the Biden presidency, we're doing it, and we've done it across the country, and it's actually worked out. South Florida, we've had great success with it. Places like Texas also, and blue states, we've also had a lot of success. So the guys are really hyper-focused on, there's a plateau as an activist. I hate using that word, but it's a word. As an activist, there's a plateau. We can put 5, 6,000, 100,000 people on the ground. It means squat next to the dry ink on a piece of paper from a senator, a congressman, a mayor, a committee man. Those things are really important. And if you want to make the change, be the change.
Yeah.
But also something that we're preaching on the inside is our morals are zero. Like, sorry, not our morals are zero, but like our bend in our morals are zero.
Right.
Although we're doing it quietly, like we're not using those talking points. And I have a message for those Republicans. Those Republicans that are still afraid to be called racist.
Yeah.
Those Republicans that are still afraid to be called misogynist, whatever the moniker of the month. Get out of our way. Yeah. And when I say our way, it's the entire movement's way. America First is here, and America First is going to stay, and we are going to continue to grow, and we are the future.
Well, despite all the positive, glowing media coverage, anywhere I go in the country, young guys come up to me, they're like, "Can you get in with the Proud Boys? Can you introduce me to the Proud Boys?" Right? They want to join, And all over the country, that's happening now. And like even the negative media stuff, fuels that, because obviously nobody believes the media, and obviously young guys don't believe the media. So it's,
those mainstream outlets are our best.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, we got a comment
cool.
Okay.
from Tim.
Tim.
Ready?
Go ahead.
You should have hung yourselves like Nazis did when Hitler died.
Oh.
Trump is gone when you should become martyrs for. And then I got
it. He's
sounds like he's a very confused man.
He's a very confused man, and here's what angers him. Right, we're not going anywhere. I'm not hanging myself. I love my life. We're doing great, and we're gonna take America back. And there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. You can cry, you can do whatever you want. Like, we're taking this thing back. All of us are taking this thing back. It's not just a problem.
Hey, you know what it is? It's Tim is the new Karen.
Yeah, and that's I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Tim saying I should hang myself and whatever else he wants to say.
Tim.
Yeah.
He's the milk.
But I'm not going to hang myself. I got, we got a lot of support. There's a lot of power here, and
okay. If finished well. Trump is gone, then you should become martyrs for him if you think he's so great.
Well, here's the thing about Trump. So this movement, even when he got elected, has transcended just that one person. Although he is the symbolism of this movement. I'll tell you what, you got Congresswoman Green,
Marjorie,
Gates. You got people that are in there that think like us.
Boebert.
Gosar, which is amazing. On the floor the other day was great. He said something that was true. The only homicide and the only murder that happened at the Capitol, unlike in January when they said, "Oh, Trump supporters killed 5 people," I knew that was a lie. Then it was like, well, they only killed 1 person. That was back in March, and now we figure out we didn't kill anybody. The only murder that happened was Ashley Babbitt. It was at the hands of Capitol Police. So this movement has transcended Trump, and I think that, you know, like anybody, he's human. He makes mistakes, and I've called him out on those mistakes. But America First again is here to stay, and we're gonna take it back.
This guy supposedly is one of the most dangerous people in the world if you listen to the media, and yet he's the most calm, collected, centered guy, and of course that's why he's the leader of this organization. So, I mean, I appreciate your poise and your confidence, and you just have total confidence in this organization.
I do, because there's a reason why it's called chairman and not president, because I don't have executive power over the guys. I can't tell them what to do. And it's been like an honor to like be the voice of like so many good dudes. And if you would sit and just talk to one of them, you'd see that we're not monsters.
And you've humiliated Antifa time and again.
Yeah, and we're good at it. You know, there's no name, and there's many facets of this giant movement, from people that are running for Congress, yourself that's done an amazing job reporting the facts. You get me? But when it comes to on the street, there's no name more synonymous with fighting back against these communist pukes than the Proud Boys. And there's no group that has put more blood, physical blood, sweat, tears. And right now, we're risking our liberties for what we believe in. Right now I have 17 guys that were hunted like dogs for going into the Capitol. They didn't assault anybody. They didn't break anything.
We're talking about feds, at their door. Or...
Yeah, feds at their door. Flashbang. One of my guys, pregnant wife. They flashbanged his pregnant wife. And right now, those people like Tim, now would champion things.
Let me ask you this, Enrique.
Yeah.
How many guys?
17 at the moment.
Did any of those guys break any windows?
I have a brand new, yes, I have to say yes.
Okay.
I have a brand new guy that he just joined 2 weeks before, and this goes back, I'm going to circle back to that question. He broke a window. He did. He had just joined. He didn't know what the culture of the club is, and that's why in December, you were asking, how do we join the Proud Boys? Right now, you can't. As of December, even before January 6th, we have shut down our vetting. We've built a wall. Because we want to work on the culture. We're bringing in a lot of people, and one thing that I said is I don't want to change the culture of the club, because our main goal is we're a drinking club. Number one, and that comes first before anything, because that's the cornerstone.
Right.
You get me? Our fellowship, our brotherhood, is why we love this country so much and why we fight for it.
Did anybody break down any doors? Just a window, a young guy.
And he wasn't even like part of like the group of Proud Boys that actually went. But nobody else broke anything. As a matter of fact, Joe Biggs,
let me ask you this, Chris.
2-time Purple Heart recipient, 4 tours, Bronze Star, and Rufio, which is Ethan Nordine. There was a guy with a baseball bat banging at cops. And Rufio and Joe Biggs grabbed this guy by the neck and told him to get up. Right now, they're sitting in solitary confinement 24 hours a day. And people like Tim...
Joe Biggs is?
Yes. They brought him back in. Yes, in solitary. And people like Tim right now are probably celebrating that. But when George Floyd passed away, I guarantee people like Tim were fighting that. Yeah. They were fighting those injustices. But it's different. Now.
When he broke the window, what did he use to break the window with?
At that point, he broke the window with a police riot shield.
Say that again?
A police riot shield.
A police riot shield. This is the thing that I say, okay, is that everything that occurred during that day was already on the scene, okay? Nobody brought any tools or weapons to the scene. Everything that occurred was there.
And and just for clarity, he didn't take that shield from the police officer. That shield was on the floor.
Okay.
Again, that's wrong. You shouldn't break windows, because that's something that we complained about.
Because
this is a fresh guy, brand new.
Because pay attention to this. There's something else. They were preparing exuberantly for the Biden inauguration. So they were already preparing on January 6th for the Biden inauguration, which was going to occur on January 20th. 2 weeks later, they had those metal fences, right, with the wrought iron, and people were using those. They were taking the fences that the government put on the ground there. They were using those, turning them on their side, and using them as breaching tools to gain access.
Yes. Actually,
This is a big thing that's not brought out.
Another death that happened that I don't think is being talked about yet as much is one of those people that used, those barricades as a staircase, as a ladder. There was a person that was very high up there on the one side of the wall, and a police officer shoved him. I don't know if you've seen that video. The police officer shoves him, and he falls. Mm-hmm. And that guy passed away. Yeah. So that's something that I haven't seen too much coverage on. We're still looking into it too. I eat, sleep, and breathe capital cases every morning. I make sure that all my guys are any exculpatory evidence that I can bring in, I bring it in to help these guys out. They'd love nothing more than to put my head on the pike. Yep. And parade it right in front of the Capitol as a don't F with the government.
But as long as your group is, together, unified, loyal, more cohesive than ever, which it seems to be, then, that's the point of forming a brotherhood, right? Yeah. If it's not the Proud Boys, you can start, a peaceful, neighborhood community of guys in your own.
Yes.
I think the Proud Boys inspired a lot of people.
Yeah, that's another thing. Even if right now we have our freeze on our vetting, I think it's important for guys to get together, make your own groups. Things that are important to you. We're not a focused group, so we're not focused like a 2A group focuses on the 2A, religious group focus on religious freedoms, where we have tens of thousands of guys here in the United States, and we have a very broad spectrum, and we have the ability to do that. So if you guys feel like you guys need and you feel like you want to do more, form your own groups. I fully support you guys. I think that's the best way you build your community.
You running for president in 24?
No, but I might run for another seat.
Oh yeah? Good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Enrique Tarrio, ladies and gentlemen, the leader of the Proud Boys, one of the coolest people in the
Are
country.
you announcing now?
No, I technically can't. But I might be looking at a seat in 2022, and the reason why I can't really say it is because I'm not going to run for a seat I'm not going to run for a seat that I can't win. I'm not going to run in a D+9. I'm not going to run in D+6. I'm not going to run in D+4. I'm going to run in a seat that's highly contested, and Tim's going to be really pissed off.
Yeah, Tim's mad.
I'm going to be sitting in that same Capitol. Yep. Right? I'm going to be sitting in that same Capitol, fighting for the people. Last thing I want to say. We all agree that, the U.S. government is the strongest, most powerful government in the world.
Also incompetent, but yes.
Yeah, also incompetent. But I'm including myself in this. What made these people feel so strongly that they felt like they had to fight back?
Yeah.
You get me? Mm-hmm. And they didn't physically fight back as the left is portraying it. But what made them feel like that was a need? And the media usually says, well, he said it was a stolen election. And that was just a cherry on top. It's like they have a short-term memory loss, starting with Hillary Clinton calling us a basket of deplorables. Mm-hmm. Even though we took that in for ourselves, they actually thought we were deplorable human beings, right? They closed our businesses. They let rioting happen in the streets. They silenced our voices. They definanced us. They deplatformed us. They dehumanized us. The Gaston flag is a coiled rattlesnake. And for a long time, that rattlesnake kept saying, chill, chill. Mm-hmm. When that rattlesnake bites back, don't act surprised.
You ready for Tim's latest comment?
Go ahead.
You ready? Trump and his father were working with the mafia during the 80s and stealing from New York LOL, a Proud Boy will never become a member of your government.
We'll just have
I'm
to see.
sorry to tell you, but there's already Proud Boys in your government too. And
I'm not mad.
We're going to continue.
He sees us as fools.
Okay, that's fine. You keep underestimating us because you already underestimated us, and there's people sitting in office that have our beliefs, and it's the people that you complain about because you don't have to be a Proud Boy, you don't have to be a direct black and yellow open, but you have most men, 90% of men in this country have these beliefs.
What would you say the percentage of Proud Boys are veterans?
I'd say probably close to 60% of my guys are veterans.
So that's a big number.
And out of those 60%, a large portion of them are U.S. Marines.
How much? Well, okay, so 60% are military. How many percent are former or Leos?
I'd say that there's a lot of former Leos, and I probably don't want to comment on their being.
Okay, so if we were to ask public servants,
yes,
what percentage of
there's a Proud Boy mayor, okay? There's a Proud Boy mayor of a city, and like a very, very heavily involved Proud Boy, and it's not a secret. It's not much of a secret, but he's there. Again, we're just going to continue, and there's nothing that they can do about it because we're doing it the right way. We're doing it through a process. If we get elected, people like our ideas. Well, if we were wrong, there'd be no need to censor us. It'd be easy. They're lying. But unfortunately, people like Tim have made us, have created us. We just wanted to be left alone.
That's you, Tim.
We just wanted to grill. That's all we wanted to do.
We just wanted to grill, bro.
We just wanted to grill. And then you decided to keep fucking with us. Sorry.
All right.
Enrique Who are you?
A great man, a great American.
Who are you?
Patrick Alley from National File, and we will be back with you later.